I've been asking like different churches like how they minister to people, or how, like, what biblically would you say to somebody who is trans or who identifies as non-binary or anything like queer?
Okay.
Like what biblically, like, would you guys?
For me, it's Genesis 1:31.
Okay. And what is it?
131.
And what does it say?
God saw everything that God had made and said it was supremely good.
Okay. So then, does that include how someone identifies?
God saw everything that God made. To me, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, it does.
So even, okay. All right. So
like the cherry picked verses that people claim to use like against others. Like we reject that.
Okay.
In like our Methodism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My sister is trans female.
Okay.
So that's extremely important to me.
Yeah.
You know, that we're like, looking at the Bible for like what it says.
Okay.
And what Jesus came to do. In our
So if somebody will come back and say, well, when he said it was good, it was in the context of male and female, which is what was revealed in Genesis. So what would you say to that?
Then I would say then you need to read the original text.
Okay.
Not a translation.
Okay.
Because it's not male and female.
Okay.
Especially in the second creation story, it's
in Genesis 2.
It
Yeah.
says that a man leaves his family and joins to another family.
Okay.
So, part of it is that when it was written, obviously males wrote it, or people who identified as males wrote it. But to me, it really comes down to how did God create? What are the reasons God created? Because the Bible's not a history lesson of how God created. It's a story about how and when and where God comes to find us and how we react to it.
So I'm researching this. So in the Hebrew, when he says he created the male and female in his image, the Hebrew words that he uses literally denote biological male and female. And so how do you
in the first one
in Genesis 1:27? Yes. And so how do you so what would be your response to that? Because you said it.
Well, in the second one, it's different. The first one, I'd say it's inclusive because
wearing our signature color.
To me, it's not separate, male and female together. But
Okay.
the other thing also is that.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by that? Because I think I've heard this before, but like it's like they're both ends of the spectrum, and then in the middle is everything else, and then is that what you mean?
That's nice. I actually mean like. So I'm a cisgender male, but I also know that I believe that I've got female inside of me. Okay. And I think that we all have. It's hard to say because it's a cultural construct anyway.
It is, and that's what. So this is what makes it hard, especially as I'm researching and looking at this, because if gender is a social construct, then how do you objectively judge it? Like, not judge as in like, how do you objectively say, okay, this is an actual identity and reality? Like how, like, you know what I'm saying? If it's just about what you think about yourself on the inside. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, you can also say the same about religion. Religion's a cultural construct as well.
Yeah.
But I would disagree with that, I think. But that's a whole other that's a whole other argument. Because I think I don't think faith is blind. Okay. And so I think but I think faith has evidence. And so
Okay. And it was just, I think it was written at a time when people just
changed his mind.
But even if people didn't understand gender fluidity, if the Bible is divinely inspired by God, he would already know the human nature, right? So and then he said male and female. Okay. So you're saying like they're like a blend? Is that what you mean?
I think so. I think that it's just
like he meant male and female are a blend. Like I created the male and female so they're to.
Yes and no. It's a complicated answer.
Okay. Yeah.
I definitely identify as a male, but I also think there are others that don't. Okay. And I also know that others are gender fluid. So it's just it's a tough one.
Yeah. It's But